So recently, Amir Khan has been making headlines in all the press recently because he's saying how Hindus are boycotting his films. Now, we've had two recent super blockbusters. We've had Kashmir Files and we've had the fantastic Rocketry. Neither of them had the big budget marketing campaign, yet both have smashed the box office. Rocketry, I mean, that was the last film I saw, and I've got to give amazing full credit to R. Madhavanji. He has done a fantastic job in not just acting in it, but producing it, directing it, bringing Nambi Narayan's story real to our hearts and minds. And he's done fabulous, and that was without the big budget Bollywood backing. And actually, I must say, we have to thank Jayata Madhavanji as well, his wife, because behind every successful man is a very strong woman. So hats off to both of them. I mean, fantastic. You know, it's touched the hearts and souls of all the viewers of those two films that we've seen. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a great place to start. And firstly, the good news that I'm picking up, and I think you've picked up also, and that is that the Bharatiya audience, not just the Hindus, but all of the Bharatiya audience, is becoming a little bit more selective, shall we say. They're applying a bit more judgment. And when they look at Bollywood through that lens, they're actually seeing the threat that Bollywood has been for a long time to the indigenous civilization of Bharat. And the films that have come out recently, you've mentioned 2 or 3 of them. I had the opportunity to see those, but also I've seen Triple R recently. And that is such a good, feel-good movie. Rajamouli has done his usual magician's trick and incorporated a degree of patriotism, an awful lot of dharma vidya, and it really does carry one's emotions into a wonderful place. So the audience is there. The audience is wanting to see movies, but the content that's being presented to them, they're now beginning to be very selective on. And you're right, Amir Khanji has been in the news recently, and I think people are also recognizing his history. The movie PK was nothing other than an assault on the Sanatani sensibilities. It was a direct attack, a Hindu-phobic attack, an offensive attack on the feelings and sentiments of Hindus. And that is now being recognized for what it was. At the time, a relatively short number of years ago, when it was first aired, people felt uncomfortable, but they didn't have the vocabulary and the language to be able to articulate what was going wrong with it and why they objected to it. Now those words have appeared, those thoughts have appeared, and they're able to object to it very vocally and very vociferously. So I'm delighted to see that the anti-national, anti-India swamp that Bollywood had become is now being drained. Turning to Rocketry and the storyline could have been a masterful work of fiction, and the fact that it's true makes the whole story so much more incredible and compelling as viewing. The accolades that Madhavanji, I think, is due, they really will bear out how successful this story is. One of the best things about it is, for me, it established that a determined resolve and a commitment to remain true to one's highest principles. It carried Nambi Narayanji through his hardest times. And if you look at the position now, all of his hardships, they have sort of accumulated to elevate him to a position where we all recognize what an incredible person he was. And the manner in which it's done, full credit to Madhavanji, an extraordinary story, unbelievably well presented. And I think it's the sort of movie which will be watched again and again for many, many years to come. So the bar has been set. And I think, sadly, Bollywood is not going to be able to raise itself to meet the standard that that bar now applies.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.